The publisher of a scathing new book about President Trump is rejecting White House criticism. The CEO of Macmillan wrote to his employees today that any attempt to suppress the book Fire and Fury would be, quote, flagrantly unconstitutional. Last week, the president's lawyers sent the publisher a cease and desist letter. We'll have our interview with the author, Michael Wolff, right after the news summary. President Trump traveled to Atlanta this evening to watch Alabama and Georgia face off in the College Football National Championship. Earlier, he spoke to the American Farm Bureau's annual meeting in Nashville. He touted the newly passed tax overhaul and said it's a good reason to vote for Republicans in the midterm elections.
Republicans came together and delivered historic relief for our farmers and our middle class. And it wasn't easy. And if the Democrats ever had the chance, the first thing they would do is get rid of it and raise up your taxes.
The president also signed an executive order and a memorandum aimed at expanding broadband access and infrastructure in rural areas. The northeastern U.S. finally began to thaw out, but the damage is done. The days-long Arctic blast caused a burst water pipe and flooding at John F. Kennedy International Airport in New York over the weekend. Flight delays continued today. Meanwhile, Jackson, Mississippi faced its own water crisis after more than 100 water mains broke. Schools closed due to low water pressure. Australia, on the other hand, is enduring record heat. The summertime temperature in Sydney reached 117 degrees on Sunday, nearly smashing an 80-year high. Thousands packed local beaches to get some relief. The heat wave continued today, but temperatures eased somewhat, down to 104 degrees. In Iran, President Hassan Rouhani called today for taking protesters' concerns seriously. Rouhani is a relative moderate. In remarks aimed at Islamist hardliners, he said, "We cannot pick a lifestyle and tell 2 generations after us to live like that." The unrest appears to be abating after a government crackdown. A federal judge in Nevada has dismissed criminal charges against Cliven Bundy and his sons over an armed standoff with federal agents. It happened in 2014. Last month, the judge declared a mistrial after prosecutors withheld evidence from the defense. 2 of Apple's biggest investors are urging the company to address smartphone addiction among children. The investment firm Jana Partners and the California State Teachers Retirement System have written an open letter to Apple. They cite negative effects of excessive phone use. They are also calling for parental controls to monitor phone usage. And on Wall Street, the Dow Jones Industrial Average lost almost 13 points to close at 25,283. The Nasdaq rose nearly 21 points, and the S&P 500 added 4.